Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017 and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this full cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it. And it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis. It's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this full cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
All right, welcome back, traders. Welcome to the Market Open stream here, where, well, the dollar is bouncing off a critical support, and we're going to see what ends up happening here. I think we're going to bounce probably back up to the 104.8 region. This could cause some downside in the market. A lot of these assets, made some major rallies. We could be looking for some potential short opportunities. I am looking at Carvana here as a potential short, maybe here at the open. Just want to see how this one opens. You can clearly see that it's been rejecting this range high. I mean, it has been making higher lows, isn't a flag up here, but we are pretty extended here on the daily time frame, and right up, butting up against resistance. And we have some daily bearish divergence in the making here. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play out, but it looks like it might. We are squeezing, and I think we are going to squeeze to the short side here. I might take a Carvana trade here at the open. So we're going to see how this opens along with the rest of the market here. I want to see what ends up happening. So we are going to try to go for a Carvana short. It looks to be like a good risk to reward. So we're going to go for that right now. And we are going to trade the 120 puts. I haven't opened the trade just yet. I want to see how this. So the hourly actually looks like it's crossing up. I tried trading this yesterday and stopped out of it, but I do think we're going to see this trade short. So I'm going to take the trade now on this. All right, we're in the 120 puts that expire tomorrow. So we are hoping to get some volatility to the downside here after a confirmed rejection candle. Although it doesn't seem like it's doing that right this very moment. It's trying to push. Our hourly is short. Our 15-minute is also short, although this can change directions pretty quickly. So we're watching this level, this 121.85 region. Yeah, so you see how it bounced off this? This could actually really rip, I guess, if this plays out. Hmm. The Stokes are still pointing up here on the 4-hour. I'm still in the short. This stock is very volatile. It is going into resistance here. And the dollar is pointing up right now. Remember, we can easily just close this trade if it doesn't play out right away. As it may not. We run that risk a lot here. We are butting up against resistance. And it does look like our momentum wave is coming down here on the 2-day and on the daily. But it is squeezing. All right, let's see if we actually get the rejection we want. We are making lower highs. We made a high, a lower high, and a lower high, and another lower high. So this could be a big breakdown if this does get rejected. So we are in this trade. We're down $200 at the moment. But I do think that this is losing its momentum after making such a drastic move up. And the broader market is coming down. What's up, Toe? We're trying to short something that is very elevated up here. We are at a resistance. We've made a bunch of lower highs. Yes, it is making higher lows, but it could squeeze to the downside here. And it could squeeze to the downside in a big way, like back to the 117 range. And that could be very profitable for this short. It could also just not, and could just break up too. It's trying to do that right now, actually. But double line of resistance here, unless some real volume comes in. That was weird. Our 15-minute was short. Our hourly is also short. Although the rest of the, I mean, typically after you get white candles and like you've made a confirmation high, you're gonna see hopefully some downside here. I mean, the only thing is like the 4 hour here is bullish, right? So that's the only concern I have with this trade right now, is that it may not play out in my favor. But I'm willing to take the risk here right at this resistance level. And this is a very volatile stock. So if this does start to break down, it's going to happen really fast. And the dollar is pushing up. And the 4 hour is pointing down on the squeeze. Shorter time scales here are looking like it's bouncing off bottom Bollinger. So it's trying to hang on. The 15-minute is also losing bullish momentum. We did get a 10-minute bearish cross. So I'm going to stay in the trade until otherwise seen to be panicked out of the trade. We are at a range high here on a shorter time scale, and on a larger time scale, we're at a range high. It's just teetering right now. This is kind of annoying. I wouldn't call that necessarily a bullish candle. It looks like a rejection candle that just printed. And again, the dollar is pushing back up. Let's see if we can get that 4 hour to squeeze short here. We have 120 puts on this, guys. This is a day trade for anyone that's joining. We're down a couple $100 right this very moment, as we haven't seen any action yet on this movement. Well, we can see that we're in a 15-minute squeeze, and so if this squeezes to the short side, it's going to be a big drop. Problem is the Bollinger Bands here on the 4 hour are elevated. So we may not get a drop. May not get a drop. I'm going to remain patient. Man, if this does drop, it's going to be quite a trade, because it would be like a 6-7% drop. Yeah. It's trying to doji reverse here. I don't know. We did volatility spike, so it may not break down. Let's see. Working on it, man. This trade's not looking too good right now. See if we get rejection here at the resistance level. It is still bullish, man. This is the problem with shorting something like this. This is the problem with shorting something like this. And it's in an 8-hour squeeze. And you're at the bottom. Shit. And look at that. We just need a rejection right here, which we may not get. It's trying to go long here on a 3-minute. Yikes. All right, so this is when we cut this trade, because there's no way we should probably stay in that. That's going to break out. I haven't closed it just yet. I'm just waiting to see if it's really. Okay. So far rejected again. I mean, this at 15-minute, man, crossing up isn't good for us here. Stock is so volatile. This is a tough one here, guys. Yeah, all right. You win, Carvana. You win. All right, we're out of the short. It's funny, like the whole market is dumping except for Carvana. Yeah. Well, 15-minute crossing back up here is not conducive for our short trade. Watch this thing just get rejected now. I'm sure now it'll get rejected that I'm out of the trade. Unreal. Certainly got rejected at the range high. Stupid. Okay. And now it'll crash, I'm sure. You can try again, I guess. We're gonna try again here. This does continue to get rejected. I think, I don't know, man. I'm still of the opinion that this is gonna go down. I'm just gonna wait for a rejection. All right, that's enough for me. We're back in. We're in a 121 put again. it touched the range high again, and wow. Well, dude, does it know when I'm shorting this thing? That's a rejection. Damn. This thing's crazy bullish. Is that printing a 6-hour long? Oh, geez. Yeah, I mean, all these things look like that looks bullish. That looks like a rejection, though. All right. Well, if this thing really starts to rip, I'll just get out again. No, I still don't mind taking a short up at a daily resistance area, even if it doesn't play out. Just feel like it should. Okay, who knows? This may not work. It's kind of choppy up here, though. It's kind of choppy. It's kind of choppy. Would have liked to see price action already play out here on something like this. All right. Maybe now we're going to get the drop. Maybe not. Is this a 6-hour? Oh, this was a 6-hour hammer, but it's at the top of a pattern, so I don't really regard that unless we really see follow through, which we're not right now. I wouldn't consider this follow through. I would consider this rejection. Definitely here on the 15-minute a rejection candle. Got to take out this 120.5 region. I feel like it's squeezing, but it's like going to squeeze short, right? After this big impulse. And like you broke this trend line. And I guess you're basically just back testing it on the larger time scales here. What are your guys' thoughts on this trade? I'm really thinking downside here, guys. I'm still in the camp of downside. The two people on the stream, what do you guys think? The 2 hours pointing down. The hourly is also coming down. The 4 hour is, well, 4 hour is still bullish. 5 hour across the signal line down. 6 hour across the signal line down. 7 hour across the signal line up. We have some conflicting variables here. The daily is overbought. The daily is at 72 on the RSI. So the 2 day is overbought. 3 day overbought. Weekly overbought. It might just grind sideways. We're at the top of a range though, like, right? So like, I realize that this could be just a range that we stay in, but we could trade this to the bottom of the range if this really does get rejected here, which it looks like it's doing. Certainly doesn't look like it's. It tried to rip, and we got wicked out of that trade before, but. Let's see if we get some downside here at resistance. Yeah. This is a long wick. A long wick rejection. I mean, it can just start ripping right now, I suppose. Who knows? That hourly looked kind of bullish, though. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's just so elevated, though, man. Like, how are they going to just keep ripping this thing? Yeah, well, they might. 5 hour crossed up, 4 hours up, 3 hours not up, 2 hours not up, hourly's up. I guess that's our answer. Probably up. Oh, brutal today, boys. Brutal. It's probably going to break up. Probably going to do it. It's trying to go break it again. All right. What's the dollar doing? Dollar's trending up. All right, so another test and another rejection so far. Can we break down here, folks? Can we do it? Our trade is not green right now. But this thing is just so indecisive what it wants to do. It just keeps getting rejected and keeps making a higher low. It's fucking annoying already. Just break down. We had our volume climax here. I don't know. Keeps putting in higher lows, shorter time scales. This is a tricky one, guys. There's not a lot of volume today. You can see that. There's no volume. I'm attempting to short a stock that isn't doing anything today. It's sideways. Probably should just not trade this stock. And it has no volume either. So there's no volume on the sell side. There's no real volume on the buy side. So we're probably not going to see a movement. I was hoping to see a movement to the downside here, but it's making these higher lows, but it's also producing lower highs. And it's in the middle of the range. And, you know, some could argue that this is like a pennant or something. But I feel like it's more like this. And because there's no volume, I don't think it's going to break out. That's why I'm shorting it. But seems to not really want to drop. In fact, it looks like maybe it's going to start pushing now. All right, fuck it. I'm not going to stay in this shit. You didn't really miss too much aside from me getting chopped out of 2 trades here. That's all. So it looks like the hourly is going to push up. I am always skeptical of longing into the top of a range, regardless of what the shorter time scales are saying. The daily, the 2 days, overbought. Everything's overbought. You're in like the middle of la la land over here. I don't know. You're not off the demand line. You're also like, oh, this could just break up. Sure. Stock's already done a pretty crazy number. It's done a 40x from its bottom. The stock. But yeah, that's a pennant. And if it breaks up, it's a 20% move or roughly a 15% move. Good luck to the longs here. I'm done trading this stock. So I lost maybe about a G today on this thing. Rough. So yeah, you might end up breaking out. Your hourly's crossing up. It keeps rejecting these lows. Pretty clear, right? 122 was pretty bid, and you might end up just breaking out here. Dollar's coming off now too, so there's that. Right into the demand line again, or supply line again. And just like it's just been like being accumulated. So that's it for Carvana. What else we got going on today? Nice. Can stock making a move. Nice break here. Looks like it's going to go a lot higher. Any major movers today? What the hell is ASTS? This thing's up 33%. GME looks like maybe it's trying to find a bottom. Yeah, I mean, GME's at a flag here after getting a pretty nice pullback. What's up, T-shares? Okay, so Tether at a range low and bouncing. So crypto's probably pulling back a bit. The daily time frame into the demand zone right here. I wonder if the dollar actually doesn't break further down, we end up just making a higher low here. right? We'll see about that. NVAX putting in a candle for a potential reversal on the hourly here. NVAX looking good. Broke the neckline or broke the resistance line here, and it's squeezing long. So NVAX, you could probably trade back up to, $14 or something. It's about to go green here. Carvana breaking out. Let's take a look at some of these cryptos. Pups coin. Pups got to the top of its channel and pulled back a bit here, but I would still say this looks pretty good. Yeah, NVAX looks like it's going to try to break now. Break back into the structure. CAM looking pretty good down here. If it can break back above 120s. Feel like this is a low risk area. I wouldn't want to be shorting this thing here at all with the weekly reset type of thing. Like I realize that Carvana, is bullish, but like it's already way overbought. I mean, I get that the weeklies are still pointing up here as well. That is definitely something I should have looked at. But I wasn't looking for a major move on this to the downside. It's more of a scalp trade that didn't play out. But yeah, your 12-hour oscillator is also pointing up. So that's going to keep the price propped up. Note, when you're trying to scalp trade, look at your 12-hour stochastics and your 4-hour stochastics. So this actually is squeezing and probably going to squeeze up. The dollar just making a lower high and bouncing and probably going to come down again. So market's going to go up. I was just looking for a quick zinger trade there. I didn't get it. Ended up losing a G today. That's okay. That's why we just manage the risk and trade accordingly. We can't win every single trade, unfortunately. But yeah, Tether is lagging behind the dollar, of course. GME with a reset. At 12 hours still pointing down, so like I still wouldn't be looking to long this yet. Even though maybe short term it does find some support here, it maybe consolidates a bit. Still within the bounds of this channel. If it ends up breaking the channel, you could definitely strategize taking a trade. Nikola isn't doing anything. Shocker of the century. We need this thing to do something. There goes NVAX. Breaking back in pattern. Upstart got a nice dip. AMD catching some bids. Baba catching some bids. Bitcoin is probably pulling back if I had to guess because of Tether. Right. So yeah, 65, 85. Looks like we topped out here for now. The daily looks good though. Like the shorter time scales look a little bearish. Not bearish, but like look like we hit some resistance. But we could just get a reset and the daily just continue its movement. And the 2-day chart here, also in this squeeze. We might just, Bitcoin might just hold this range low and just push off this range low. Like it looks like we're establishing this range here at 65 now. Right, we're kind of within those bounds of the range. But your 4-hour and 8-hour charts are definitely extended after that pump yesterday. But yeah, I mean, you got pups trying to make a move. You got, so that whales coin that I'm in, I think is a good one, guys. This one is down at the bottom of its range, and it broke out yesterday. Daily candle break of trend. We have a daily candle close outside. We're working on a 2-day close outside of the wedge pattern with these higher lows. You can see the higher lows, and you're going into the squeeze on the daily and the 2-day. So like this is something I also wouldn't attempt to short. Like, why would you want to short this? We need a closure above 84 cents to go into a daily uptrend. And then we can really see some movement. GME looks good, actually. Still got a crazy amount of bullish divergence on this thing. I literally could have shorted anything today except for fucking Carvana, and I would have made money. Brutal. Mm. This stock looks interesting down here. It's pretty wrecked. Well, that's pretty much all I got for today. I got stopped out of two attempts of shorting today. And that about will sum me up. I unfortunately cannot win every day. I try, but listen, we didn't really get good confirmation on that short, so that's what we need to learn from this. Blake stock down here looks pretty good. This looks decent, man. Look at the monthly on this thing. Looks like it's bottomed out. Looks like it's broken out too. Off a range low. That looks good for a long-term trade. Lucid here, maybe you're going to break out. You haven't done it just yet. Weekly hasn't closed outside. Daily attempted and rejected, and maybe it's back testing right now. So maybe Lucid might be a good play. C limited stock. This stock is like one of those that, yeah. So it made one more leg down, right? And now it's recovering. You had your ABC correction. Your A, your B. Your ABC correction down, right? And now you're squeezing on the monthly. Yeah, this looks decent. This went on a massive parabolic move last cycle, and looks good. All right, folks, that's all for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.